आपका हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए. So that's incredible, viewers. I mean, speaking to Upalaksh is so inspiring even for a person like me who's much older than him, because he has such a positive mindset, an incredible result in spite of the pressure, but his mindset says it all, incredibly positive, and that's what I'll leave you with as far as this interview is concerned. But let's move forward now. India's first privately developed orbital rocket, Vikram-1, is set for its maiden test flight from the first launch pad at the Satish Dhawan Space Centre, Sriharikota, on July the 18th. Indigenously, pardon me, viewers, developed Vikram-1 is set to take off at 11:30 a.m. on July the 18th. The clearance of Vikram-1 for flight following rigorous testing is a defining milestone in India's space journey. This first test flight marks the beginning of Skyroot's aspiration to open space for all stages of Skyroot's Vikram-1, which have been successfully integrated and stacked on the launch pad. Skyroot's Launch Control Center has completed the final integrated checks of the vehicle on the launch pad, along with interface checks with all telemetry ground stations and tracking radars. Let's now take a look at the team Skyroot. Let me show you that, viewers, on the big screen. Now, who are in Team Skyroot Aerospace? The first, of course, is Pawan Kumar Chandana, co-founder, CEO and CTO. He is a former ISRO scientist leading Skyroot's technology, rocket development and Vikram-1 mission. Naga Bharat Dhaka, co-founder and COO, former ISRO engineer, managing manufacturing, launch operations and mission execution. Let's talk about Dr. B.N. Suresh. He is a chairman board of directors, former VSSC director and one of India's senior rocket scientists guiding Skyroot's strategy. Dr. P. Srinivas Rao, a board member, former ISRO propulsion expert, providing technical guidance on launch vehicle systems. A.S. Kiran Kumar, senior advisor, former ISRO chairman, mentoring Skyroot on mission planning and space technology. T.N. Suresh, vice president engineering, heads engineering teams responsible for integrating Vikram's first hardware and systems. So that's, of course, T.N. Suresh. Now, vice president engineering, as we've told you here. So this, of course, viewers, is the latest that is coming in, and we will very, very shortly have a guest joining us on the broadcast. But let me just tell you that India's first privately developed orbital rocket, Vikram-1, is set for its maiden test flight from the first launch pad at the Satish Dhawan Space Centre, Sriharikota, on July the 18th. And this is, of course, a big development. I have Mr. Ram Srivastav. He's a space scientist joining me on the broadcast. Mr. Srivastav, welcome. And of course, this is a big development that we're sharing with our viewers on NewsX at this hour. I'd like to begin with your opening comments.
Very much. This is going to be a big milestone in the history of the space science in India. ISRO, from the very beginning, it has developed a lot of achievements. It has sent rockets on the Mars, Moon, and towards the Sun also. And we are now opening one new era in the field of ISRO. That is the involvement of the private sector. And Vikram-1 is one very historical event in collaboration with the Russian, with the Singaporean agencies. India has submitted one star space center that is going to be developing its own rocket, and three-stage rocket is ready. It is going to launch satellites weighing up to 350 kg and the low Earth orbit. And this start is going to be a very big achievement because at present, senior scientists available in the world after retirement, they can join hands with the private organization. Not only this, resources from the different IITs and universities, it is also available, and people will have the new openings. And at present, there are near about 400 startups which are directly involved with the ISRO achievement. And it appears that our mission of 2047 to flare up the Tiranga on the surface of the moon and to develop there one of our Indian permanent camp there, that dream is going to be completed with this particular achievement. Mission Vikram-1 is a test flight undoubtedly, but as far as the various parameters are concerned, they have been checked on the Earth. And this will also boost up the technology of having our own space station, Gaganyaan, and we will be very soon moving ahead. In each and every point, we are very much sure that perfection and quality assurance is our prime goal, and that's why we are very hopeful that tomorrow we will see very soon from Sriharikota a successful private sector launch of this vehicle.
All right, Mr. Srivastav, I also want to understand from you the fact that Vikram-1 is indigenously developed, and of course, you know, the specifics of that, the fact that this comes after rigorous testing, is a defining milestone in India's space journey. Would you like to speak a little bit about that?
Look here, nowadays the space has become very challenging event because, you know, SpaceX has launched near about 11,000 satellites providing internet services all over the world. They are in the low orbit. Most of them, they are within the last 3 months only. They are launched there about 1,725 satellites. So in space, there is a lot of congestion. Traffic jam is going to be. And what will be its other effects, how they are going to obstruct the space launching, that is to be considered very seriously, and it requires very precise observation and selection of the time so that any projectile already moving into space may not collide with our projectile. So there are other events also. For example, there is one company in America in the private sector, and they are planning to send 18-meter long mirrors in the space. Year ending Project 1 that will reflect sunlight on the dark side of the Earth. So they will be launching by the end of the next 5 years nearly 50,000 such mirrors. Now you can imagine how we are utilizing the space atmosphere. That will give the new era for energy crisis. In the dark side of the Earth, a solar energy is obtained after reflection. Obviously, the energy crisis will be solved up to a certain extent, but it will also have side effects. And what will be the side effects? They are to be challenged, they are to be checked, they are to be studied in detail. And I think the private sector, like the Vikram-1, will help in this direction, because there are so many agencies now coming here in India in collaboration with different countries, small countries. They are very much interested. For example, Singapore is very, very advanced in some.
All right, Dr. Srivastav, please stay on with me. I'll come back to you. Now, when Skyroot Aerospace's Vikram-1 rocket lifts off from Sriharikota on July the 18th, it will carry more than technology demonstration payload.